Okay, I think we're live. I just get so nervous. Guys, welcome. Full Soul Wellness. It's been a minute. Hi, I'm Marion. This is your first time tuning in to the live. So it's been a minute since I've been on here. So I know not everybody is going to be immediately jumping on the live because I've been so MIA. But I'm back. I've been busy, rightfully so. I've been busy. And this live is really about my retreats that I'm hosting. So I did my first retreat in May, which was amazing. And if you've been following my channel for a while, oh, Mambo, if you've been following my channel since the beginning, this is something that I knew one of the reasons why I wanted to come to Tanzania to do. And I just kind of got around to doing it. So we did 7 days and 7 days, no, sorry, 8 days, 7 nights in Tanzania. We started in Dar es Salaam, the city I live in, and then um, we went to a safari. We did a day in the safari, and then we went to Zanzibar. We had a beautiful, such a nice, luxurious villa. It was such a good experience. Hey sis, nice to see you. Are you still in Africa? I know you were in Tanzania and Ghana. Um, yeah, it's nice to see you. So this live, I'm actually gonna have actually one of my attendees that is coming. She's gonna be hopping on the live with me in a few minutes. And she's actually just starting her YouTube journey. She's gonna share more about her journey of coming to Tanzania and all that stuff. So it'll be interesting to watch her and follow her. Yeah, I need to post some more retreat clips. I have so much footage and I just have not gotten around to it. But it was such a beautiful healing experience. Most of the, except for one, most of the people, this was their first time to Tanzania. So they got to see, I feel like it's pretty well rounded in a sense of you get to see Dar, the hustle and bustle, you get to go to the safari, and then you get to see the beauty of Zanzibar, which I love. And then we did private villa. Really wanted to just have a safe, secure space for us that we could just be free as, as Black people coming in. Your home, your home where? Where's home? I don't know if home is Ghana or home is back in the States. Okay, we have Azure. Let me bring her on. Oh, you look beautiful, friend.
Thank you. Good morning. Well, good morning, my time. Good evening, your time.
Oh, okay, yes. Good evening. You look so beautiful, Gloria. Let me put on my light. It's the evening here. So I was just saying a little bit about you that one of my attendee is coming on the retreat. She's gonna be on the live. So this is my really good friend Azure Love.
Good
And
morning.
this is her first time coming to Africa,
Yes,
right?
very first time, and I'm uber excited. I'm a little concerned about the flight, but I'm excited about landing.
Yeah. I I think because I'm a traveler, the flight time doesn't bother me because I just
Mm.
want to get there and
Mhm.
I just know that I'm getting to my destination, so I don't care how long it takes.
Mhm.
Personally, I like a short flight, like 22 hours. But I could do longer flights too, meaning like you have a longer layover, stuff like that. But
Mhm.
yeah. So this is your first time. Is this your first time on YouTube?
It is. It is my
Okay.
first time going live, and I'm so happy to be here with you because you make this experience just worth it completely.
Yeah. Like whenever I go on live, I get, you know me, I get a little giddy and nervous. It takes me a while to get like comfortable, but that's kind of where I'm at. I feel. Um. Anywho, so I just want to just do still my introduction about the retreat. which is, hold on, I think I need to switch my Wi-Fi. So
Yeah, it's
now
loading.
okay, I'm back. As you guys can hear, the call of prayers happening. I'm still in the same place in Tanzania. It is prayer time. Trying to do something else really quick. But yeah, so the retreat is August 28th in Dar es Salaam, and we'll be in Zanzibar. 7 days, sorry, 8 days, 7 nights. And the last one was like so amazing. It went beyond what I can even imagine. And I look forward to just doing these. I think I'm gonna
No.
put the website. Oh, you haven't heard
Mhm.
the call of prayer. This is someone who's watching. Um, yes, I hear it every day, all the time. You know how it is.
Marion,
I'm so, yes.
tell me what caused you to start these retreats? Like, what prompted you to do that?
Okay. So, before I even came to Africa, my mom, God rest her soul,
Mhm.
um, she and my dad were in the ministry. And when I was a kid, they were going to Nigeria to preach, and she was a singer. And I remember her building like a retreat space, but I was so young that I couldn't really remember. And as I began this journey before I went to India, some of you guys know I traveled to India before I came to Tanzania before the pandemic. Um, my brother and I were clearing out some of her stuff, and I found her business card for a retreat space in Nigeria, in Lagos, Nigeria. My brother thought it was like a leprosy place, but it was like a retreat center that she had wanted to start, but things fell apart. Their marriage dissolved, and they went about their lives. But that was something that like stuck with me in my core. And one of her she had women's ministries, and one of her ministries, her logo was, which I have tattooed on my wrist, and it says the vision is still alive, and it's an
Mm.
outline of Africa. And I got this like right after she passed away. That was almost 20 years. It'll be 20 years ago in January. And I got this tattoo tatted on me. And it took me a while to understand what that meant. And I think
Mm.
even like right before I came here and I was looking at my hand, it was like the vision is still alive because she's gone. Both of my parents are gone now. And I was like, I'm that vision that
Mm.
is still alive. And
Wow.
I'm going to Africa now. And a few years before India happened, remember I went vegan? I went vegan.
I do remember.
Um, I went back to school and I became like a health coach, and I was doing that. And I remember because my mom passed away from cancer, and I was just like, wow, all the things I know about like health and wellness, like if she would have known this, she could still be here. But
Mm.
also like if she had a place to go to, like a retreat center. And not that like my retreats are for people with cancer or anything like that, but
Mhm.
I just knew like if she was able to come back to the motherland, she could heal.
Mm.
Like fruit is so fresh. Just life is so much more simple here. The way of life is not as
Mm.
stressful. And I knew that I want to do something to help people on their journey. And I couldn't really figure out all the details, and
Mm.
I was mentioning it, I was planning it. I think I did a couple of videos where I had Fahad, he was on the channel. We were going through, the itinerary. And I was really stuck because when you collaborate with some of the Tanzanians who are in the tourist industry, they kind of have a standard of like what they do every day. These are the things. And it was like, no, this is not what I want to do. This is not the vision that I want. I don't want to just do tours. I want to have
Mm.
a sacred space for Black people, for us, people of
Yeah.
color, melanated people, to come to Africa, to experience the beauty, to experience to have a also have a luxurious experience of Africa,
Mm,
to have a safe space, you know, comfort, you know?
yeah.
And I think as I started to plan, I just started to release and I was like, what do I feel is best to do? So these are the things that we're doing on the retreat.
Mm-hmm.
And each one they're evolving. They're going to be different. Like this one is going to be a little different. Next year in April, I'm going to do one that's just in Zanzibar for 5 days versus what we've been doing now. But one of the big things that stood out to me for that we do that's really special, our first day in the villa, is I do a remembrance dinner. So I took photos of pretty much, I got photos of everybody's relative that had passed on. And it was something really sacred because, you know, we're now in a full circle moment just being on the continent. Anytime you
Mm-hmm.
are, whether you're in the UK, you're in America, and you make it back to the continent, it's a full circle moment from your ancestors that were removed.
Mm,
So it's something really powerful. And I don't know if everybody looks at it that way, but I wanted to honor the opportunity to be here in this land and also do a remembrance because we remember your parents or your grandparents, or maybe you're blessed enough to know your great grandparents, you know, maybe 3 generations, but after that things are fuzzy. And as Black
right.
people, our DNA is so Americans, I can speak. I think people from the UK, they may be from the islands, but even still, when they break down their DNA, there's a
Yeah,
lot of mixtures going on.
for
And
sure.
um, you know, if you think back 600 years, if you go back 500, 600 years, think back at like that woman or that man that was here, or that experience of like you losing your family, you know, getting shipped off into the unknown, or all the people who have
Mm-hmm.
passed on the journey. And
Mm,
for us to be able to make this journey in such a safe way, you know, through an airplane that wasn't existing, um, it's really powerful. And a lot of us have lost loved ones. So for me, I always honor my parents. It does. I will honor them for the rest of my life. They have really impacted who I am as a woman and just my love for Africa, just from what I've seen, how they live their life. I mean, my dad was this preacher in LA,
mm,
6'5", used to play basketball, and they went to Nigeria. They came back and was wearing like full Nigerian garb. My mom was wearing all the time. And this is like in the 80s. It was unheard of. Africa was not cool.
wow.
People were not, they like, what is this? Like our
Right.
whole house was full of like African artwork. And it was just like, I remember I got made fun of that. And I didn't think there was anything wrong with it because
Mm,
my parents instilled in us like we are from here. This is a blessing. It's a
yeah,
luxury to be able to know where you're from.
right.
So that is thank you. Thank you for that. That is the
Yeah.
goal. That is the goal for these retreats. And that Remembrance Center, we remember those who have immediately passed on and those
Mm-hmm.
who don't know of, just to be here on the continent. Whether we have direct ancestry here, we're all, you know, we're
Right.
all from here. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
where.
Yeah.
Um, that
I,
was such an emotional, I didn't even realize how emotional, that was such an emotional, beautiful experience. I mean, it was like a highlight for me, and for all of us. And it was a way for, because, you know, most people, they didn't know each other. It was a way for us to really bond and really see
mm-hmm.
that thread that's connected, that we're all connected together.
Yeah.
Um, and we're all here experiencing this beautiful country together. And what a blessing it is that we can even fly, that we can even afford to do those things.
Right, right. When you spoke about the full circle moment, I thought about how a while ago I was teaching my children about how we have ancestors from Africa, but I was talking to them about how somebody had to survive for
Mm,
us to be here. Like if you really, really consider that our ancestors had to go through hell and abuse and suffering, but they had to survive the boat ride to their destination. And so thinking about that, like, we come from such great survivors, like a lineage of overcomers. And um, I think for me, that's why going to Africa is so significant. When I did my ancestry DNA, I saw that one of in my blood is Mali, like the uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I know nothing about that. Like, I have no idea what that even means, or what that looks like, but I know that I'm from the tribe of Mali,
Mm-hmm.
and that never even resonated within me what that could possibly mean until
Mm-hmm.
I started talking to you about going to Africa and the possibility of being there and stepping foot on the soil, especially
Mm-hmm.
because here in America, the way America paints Africa is
It's
like
so
it's this thorough third world country, and there's just nothing but death and decay and nothing beautiful, nothing lovely at all, that
mm-hmm.
could come from there, or that could still even be there. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be such an amazing experience just to stand on the soil and, like you said, have that full circle moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that part.
Yeah. So Azure is gonna be documenting her journey. Where's your channel? Let me put your channel in the comments.
It's there
Um,
somewhere.
it's Azure.
A-
Hold
Az-
on, Azure.
Unedited Azure.
Is it unedited? Yeah,
I
unedited.
believe unedited Azure.
Okay, unedited Azure. I'm gonna put it when this video is over. I'm gonna put a link in the description for when people catch up when they come on the live. We've had people come and go. Unedited Azure. So that's her channel there. Let's see. Oh, she said, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Cicely.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful name.
Yeah, she's been following the channel for a while, and she was in Ghana and Tanzania. I always remember all of my friends on YouTube.
Oh,
I believe
Cicely,
that,
you have to come to the retreat.
yeah. And I think she even, because I remember, if I am not mistaken, you were traveling in India too.
Yeah, she said about India.
Because I mentioned India, but I remember I this is like 4 years ago when I talked about India. I remember she had said, because not a lot of Black women are traveling to India. India
Mm,
kind of has a bad rap in that sense.
mm.
But yeah.
So
So
let's. Oh, go ahead.
mhm.
I have a question for you, but go ahead.
No, ask your question.
I remember when we were talking, you spoke a lot about having a transformation piece in this uh, during this retreat, this particular one. Do you care to share more about that?
What do you mean? A
You
transformation?
you mentioned that you want this retreat to be transformational.
Oh yeah. I mean, it will be.
Mm-hmm.
It will be transformational because you think about, so the transformation is happening even now, like even this moment for you is a transformation. You're
True.
putting yourself out here,
Mm-hmm.
but the transformation is multi-leveled. It's for some people, it's manifesting this trip, manifesting the money to come, manifesting just getting out of where they know. A lot of people don't travel as often and as
Right.
easily. So that in itself is a transform. You have to go through a transformation to even get here.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the transformation, and I guess, we'll do a video at the end and you can tell us about your transformation. It's very individual. I mean, because I
Mm-hmm.
had someone on the retreat who immediately felt like they were home and was learning the language, was picking up. I mean, they were kind of embarrassing me because they knew more Swahili than I did.
That's funny.
They were picking up. They just really felt like it registered to their heart center
Wow.
that I'm home. Um, it's something powerful coming here and seeing people that look like you,
Mm-hmm.
but they're speaking a different language. You know, they're
Mm-hmm.
speaking Swahili, they're speaking something that is foreign but also familiar in the same.
Mm-hmm.
So that aspect is transformational, and then we'll have different workshops and different things that we'll do that is
Wow.
going to add and benefit to your own evolution. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
for me, my intention or my mission is one to bring as many people over here and have this experience, but also just be able to call yourself back home to yourself, really be grounded in whatever venture or whatever next step and journey on your life that's going to be. I want you to have that clarity of like,
Mm-hmm.
I can do this, I can accomplish this, I can have this.
Mm-hmm.
And just that freedom and knowing that anything is possible, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and not only healing, I don't want to focus too much on healing because I believe we are healed, but there are elements of healing just by being here. You know, there's parts of you that your inner child is going to be healed, you know, like that. Your ancestors, you know, the fact that you're here is going to be healed. There's so many multi-level transformations that are going to be
Mm-hmm.
happening. So yeah.
Yeah. I have another question.
She
But I
said, "Thank you for the invite,
yeah.
Azure. I cannot wait to leave here next year. I would love to attend next year." Yes, I will
Yes.
actually be promoting more for the next year's retreat, which will be 5 days in Zanzibar.
I love
Um,
that. I hope you can attend, Cicely, and hopefully I can come back when you're here.
and that's the other aspect of the retreat is I want
Wow.
people to know that they have a home here.
Yes.
This is Tanzania is their second home. We also did a day of just touring around Zanzibar, some investments. I mean, half of the people on the retreat were like, I'm buying property. You know, I
Mm,
just want people to be able to feel that expansion to know what's possible. You
yeah.
know,
Yeah, for
a lot
sure.
of people have just limiting belief sets about
Mm,
living here, so or being here.
mm, mm-hmm.
Um, she said it was very easy for the visa. They gave me a 1 year visa. Yeah, it's pretty simple. You get a 1 year visa. Like when you come, you get a 1 year visa. So in April, you could come back and not have to buy another visa.
I love that. I love the going back and forth. I'm actually hoping that that's gonna be something that I get to do moving forward if I don't move out there with you, Mayor.
Hey now.
Cicely says she wants to visit Zanzibar.
hmm So she
I
can come on
think,
the retreat next year.
yes, I think I saw that Cicely, she said that she traveled to Egypt, Ethiopia, and
Oh,
Ghana,
let me pull it back up. Yeah,
Ghana,
she's a world
Egypt,
traveler.
Togo.
Yeah, that's West
Wow,
Africa.
that's incredible.
Oh, I definitely need to do Ethiopia. I
Yes.
definitely need to do
I
Ethiopia.
would
And I
love to go to Egypt.
Egypt too, Ghana. I'm gonna go to Ghana later on this year. I have a girlfriend that
Mm,
lives in Ghana. She's been there for like 4 years. She's also a YouTuber.
mm,
What's her YouTube? Migrating Mom. She has her
mm.
here.
Migrating mom. I love that name.
She's been traveling for like 15 years with her two young kids. Well, now they're teenagers. And then she went to Ghana. We actually did, she was living here in Tanzania, and I was doing regular sound bowl meditation sessions with her because she had recently divorced and she
Mm,
wasn't really open to love, but we worked on her heart chakra. And she went to Ghana. Her first couple of days, she met her now husband, and now they have a
wow.
young baby, 1 years
Wow.
old. Lanier, he's the cutest, and yeah, she's been
Mm,
there for the last 4 years. Yeah,
mm,
her name is Migrating Mom.
mm.
Um, yeah. So what are some? what are some like myths about Africa? Because I was talking to my brother, my young brother. He's like 22, and we were FaceTiming. I was leaving the mall. He was like, "They have malls there. There's not huts, you know."
Yes.
What
Mhm.
are some things that are in your mind? I mean, you probably know a little bit more because you're my friend, but like, what are some
Mhm.
things in your mind that you assume about Africa?
Mhm.
That
So
may not be
before, hmm?
that may not be true. And if you guys are just coming to the live, make sure you stay high, leave a message. I know you guys haven't seen my face in a while. But yeah, what are some
before before speaking with you and watching your post and seeing the photos and the videos, I
Mhm.
had a very limited um, belief about what Africa could be like. I saw a lot of dirt roads in my mind, a
Uh-huh.
lot of dirt roads, little putt putt scooters,
Uh-huh.
um, people selling in the streets, women walking with no shoes on, um, nothing like just really dry, dirt, impoverished,
Mm.
I should say. That's what I would see. I thought about huts, like Billy also said,
Mhm.
um, and I didn't think hotel life or um, businesses. I thought very impoverished, but
Hmm.
that's because that's the picture that has been painted to me
Mhm.
regarding Africa, and not
Mhm.
thinking that Africa is, I think, if not one of the most wealthiest nations on the
Mhm.
planet, concerning all the oil and the jewels and
Mineral.
the stone, yes, everything that comes out of Africa, which is why
Mhm.
I, when now that I think about it, it would
Mhm.
make sense that let's just say world leaders in America would not want us to promote
Mhm.
Africa. But now that you're my friend, I mean, you've been my friend for years, but now that you have made the bold move to Africa and you've shared some of your story with me, I'm I now know that it's beautiful, clear blue water, like my name. Um,
Mhm. Yes,
it's
exactly. Like your name is yours.
sands. I can't wait to go to the ocean there. Uh,
Well, when you come to my place, I live across the street from the ocean,
oh,
so
I
that.
can't wait, Mayor. I may not leave your place then. You're gonna have to, you're gonna have to force me to go to all the other places. But yeah,
Mhm.
I know that it's beauty, it's fresh fruit, it's fresh vegetables, it's native languages, it's
Mhm.
beautiful people with our skin tones,
Mhm.
and probably some gorgeous men. It's busting streets, and I'm looking forward to expanding my mind.
Mhm.
Like when I get there, just so that I could see what awaits and everything that I thought erased,
Mhm.
and being able to be there in the reality of the beauty that's there. So I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to it, Mary, a
Yeah.
lot.
Well, I can say that a lot of the things that you did think of Africa does exist, but there's more. There's more to it.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
not just dimensional for sure.
Yeah.
Especially in Dar es Salaam, it's a big city. It's like a New York or LA or Miami. I would say it's like more like a Miami if we're comparing cities, but it's one of the biggest cities in East Africa, and it's very diverse. I personally live in the how because we're both from LA, so I live like in the I would say like Santa Monica adjacent, Beverly Hills adjacent, because there's a area called Masaki that is like that, you know.
Hmm.
However, it's still like where I live. I live in Msasani. It's still very local. It's Muslim. That's why you hear the call of prayer.
Hmm.
Everybody in this neighborhood is Muslim. It's more of like a local vibe, but then you are so close to everything else. You know, in Masaki, you have all the restaurants, the clubs, the the bars, the beach, it's just right there. It's very
Mhm.
cool. But living where I live, it's like it doesn't have that super hustle bustle. So
Mhm.
you get more like a local experience without being super local. Because I know like if a real Tanzanian is gonna be like, you don't live in a local area. Yeah, but it is local.
Mhm.
But in comparison to other areas that are more local. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, we'll do one night here in Dar. Well, you're coming early, but as far
Mhm.
as the retreat, and then we'll be going to Safari. The last retreat we went to Mikumi. This one we're gonna go to Sulu, which
Mhm.
is both of them are nearby Dar es Salaam. Mikumi is about we took the train, so it was like an hour and a half train to Morogoro and then a
Mhm.
2-hour drive to Mikumi. I've been there several times. I've taken a lot of people there, and then the Maasai there. I just feel really like close to them, like
Mhm.
because I've gone back so much.
Yeah.
But this time we're gonna be venturing. You're not even gonna know. I'm gonna know. We're gonna be venturing off to Sulu, which is the largest national park in Tanzania,
Mm.
I
Wow.
believe. Um, Yeah, but we're keeping it in Dar. We're not going to Arusha or like the Serengeti, those more famous parks.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and we'll be whisked off to Zanzibar, and we'll spend 5 days in Zanzibar.
I
Um,
cannot wait.
yeah, and Zanzibar is 99% Muslim. Um,
Mhm.
You'll feel it more where when you're in Stone Town versus like Paji. That's the area that. Oh, child, what is that? That's the area that will be staying in, which is the east side, and the waters are azure. They're so
Mhm.
so crystal clear blue.
Wow.
Um, what else?
I need
Yeah,
to.
but Stone Town is gonna give you vibes of like my neighborhood in the sense of, you hear the mosques, the way that people dress, they dress more modest.
Mhm.
And it's just more historical. The buildings are older. Yeah, so it's nice to explore and to see. And then of course we'll be eating amazing food.
Mhm.
They're so good. So, so, so good. Um,
So,
yeah, and
what's
then
your favorite part? What's your favorite part of the retreat as the host?
okay, so this last retreat, well, the first retreat, my favorite as the host, I had a lot of
Mhm.
favorite moments, but as the host was the spa day. So
Mm.
the last day we did a full spa day, and it was so nice. The spa we went to is this amazing resort in Jambiani, and we did a workshop where we made like a body scrub, but we were using all of Tanzanian spices and like just the way that she described everything. And it was just so beautiful. Like
Mm.
for everything, the whole experience was like 5 star. Um,
Mm.
and then each of us got a massage, so 2 people at a time, and that experience, Azure, it was the best. It was so nice. And then while other people were getting their massages, we were out. They have this big infinity pool that looks over the water. So we're
Mm.
just chilling and having a pool day. That was that was nice.
Mm.
That was even the end. Sorry, I'm forgetting. And then after everybody got their massages, after we did the workshops and we got to take home, our own body scrub, which I still use. It smells so divine.
Mm.
We did a tea ceremony and a sound bath. And I love that personally because I will be doing sound baths on the retreat, but I got to experience it myself.
Mm.
And the tea ceremony was so special because again we used Zanzibarian spices, and she walked you through all the spices, the history, the this, that. It was so nice, and she prepared everything. And while we're doing the sound bowl session, um, the tea was brewing, and then at the end of it, we all were able to drink the tea, and it was very ceremonial. It was so lovely. Um, that was the highlight. The sound bowl was just amazing. I don't really get to experience that often because I'm always the one that's facilitating that.
Yes.
So that was a highlight. Also, another highlight was, and I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do this on this retreat just because the place that we did it, they have moved and I'm not sure if they're going to be open.
Mhm.
But uh, we made batiki fabric, which is not this fabric, but it's like African print. And they taught us through the beginning to end. So we took a white cloth and
Mhm.
sponge and we dipped it in hot wax and they shake it off and then you go in and you stamp it all the way through. And then at
Mhm.
the end, they put it in, you pick the color and then you put it in dye and water. And then at the end, you have a beautiful piece of fabric that you made from your hand. So that was nice. That was something that I was able to give them once we got to the villa at our first dinner there. And they were able to wear it on the retreat because it was like a little wrap and take it home.
Mhm.
Thing that you have made that is very Tanzanian. And I just recently got into batiki fabrics and wearing that style of clothes and
Mhm.
dresses and stuff like that. So I really wanted to do something that was unique and very Tanzanian. Um, yeah, and something like anytime you wear for the rest of your life, you'll be like, I made this in Tanzania and I made this and this is part of the culture. You know, every country in Africa, they have their own way of printing fabrics. You know,
Mm.
most is maybe like like the mud cloths in Ghana, but every country pretty much they have their own way of printing stuff.
Oh,
So,
that's amazing.
saying you're asking good questions, so let's keep it going, Azure. Oh, if you're
What?
just tuning in, I just want to say, just do a little introduction. Let me. How do I zoom in on Azure to make her the
Oh, no
focal
need. No need.
solo? Hold on. This is my
Oh no.
beautiful, gorgeous best
Oh,
friend. We've known each other since we were 19. My
yes. True
sister.
story.
Yes, and she's coming on this retreat, but she's
Mm.
also starting her YouTube journey. So that's why I wanted her on here. Her page name, I'm gonna link it at the end, but her page name is Unedited Azure. So go ahead and follow her. She did her first video talking about this experience and just her journey in life. She is
Yes.
also an author,
Mhm.
which I cannot wait to read your book.
Mhm.
And she's a singer. She's a mother of five. She is a wonderful person and friend.
Mm.
And she's single. Not looking though, right? But she is newly single. So that is Azure.
Nice to meet you, well, everyone that's on this live. Thank you, Cicely. I appreciate your support.
Yes. And
So
she says
sweet.
she's beautiful from inside and flexible outside.
Oh,
Yes,
thank
she's
you. Yes. Thank you. My
so
my passion is women, just being able to coach women out of their hiding places and
mhm,
give them the power to share their own story vulnerably but powerfully,
mhm.
and letting women know that they're not isolated, they're not alone, and that they can be empowered to triumph and conquer and champion even their own lives. So
Yeah.
that is my thing. And I love you, Mayor. Like I'm so appreciative that I get to be your friend, that we've done life these many years and we've stayed connected all this time. Like you
Mhm.
really are my creator friend. Like we just create, and we whatever comes out is so magnificent and beautiful and transformational.
Thank
So,
you. You definitely know a side of me that most people don't get to see.
mm.
But yeah, for sure, we do.
Well, I
So
want to
we,
know. Yeah,
yeah.
I have another question. I want to know. So I have two questions, but the first question, I'll ask them both and you can answer them, at your own
Mhm.
pace. The first question is, why is it that you would say that people must go to Africa? Like you have to, it's a must before you leave the planet. it's important that you come and see Africa. So that's the first question. My second question is, what is it that has transformed within you? Like, how have you experienced your own personal healing moving from Los Angeles
Asking the deep questions, girl.
and coming to Africa?
Okay. So for me personally, and this is something that we can thank Billy and Marguerite, my parents, because they've ingrained that in me. I just feel like and I'm only could speak for Black Americans, um, I think it's our duty.
Mm,
It is our duty to return, whether it's Ghana, Nigeria, Tanzania, Ethiopia, just Senegal, where South Africa, like whatever that is, I think it's our duty and it's our birthright for
mm,
one. It's our birthright. I think there's a lot of discourse around for Black Americans us not being African, which is ridiculous.
for sure.
It's ridiculous because when you come here, you know that you are. I think that um we're different for sure. I mean, you have 400, 500 years removed, so you're going to be different. Um, but I think it's important. It's like someone who is adopted, and they go their whole life and they're aching
Mm,
to know who their birth parents are.
mm,
It doesn't matter how good their adopted family is, how much love they pour into them, how successful they become, how fulfilled they feel in their relationships and this, that, and third, they're always going to be aching to know
yeah,
who they are.
for
That
sure.
is us as African Americans.
Mm,
It's that for some people the ache is louder, for some people it's really dormant, but you have to know who you are. You have to know where you come from. you know? So it's like eventually, that if you follow that desire, you get to meet your birth parent. And it brings things like, oh, this is why I am the way that I am. Or this is why maybe they abandoned me. You just have more of
mm,
an understanding. I think that for us, it's important to at least see once, not necessarily for everybody to jump and move because it's not for everybody to live in, but to see, to experience. And that's why I say it's healing, that full circle moment, because you think
yeah.
about the torment of abuse, of all the things that it took for us to be Black Americans, all those years from traveling, and just when you think about even just the slave ships and how inhumane
Right.
that experience was, and slavery, how inhumane that was, and yet we still rise. We rose to the
Yeah.
top, to the top,
Yes.
top. Even
Yes.
though whatever about the economy, I'm not talking about financial stuff. I'm talking about who we are as a people, and
Right.
Black Americans are the leading culture in art and music and sports, and like
Mm,
we're just it's so abundant of like what we've been able to create through oppression. And I
yes.
think that it is our duty to return,
Mm,
our lineage duty to return. And
mm,
I just feel like if you have the time and the money, that it's worth the investment.
mhm,
And that even if it's just one time in your life. I think about my my parents, they were coming to Africa a lot, and my dad brought my grandfather to on his one of his trips, and like he was never the same. It was like he was a
mhm,
military man, and he got to come to Africa. um I even think, even with the older generation, um you guys, I'm talking about the elders, the 65 and above,
mhm,
who now are in their golden age, and they have retirement time, they have the money and the time. There's no
mhm.
excuse. And I have a lot of family members that are, I don't even know, I don't talk to
Mm,
them about it. But I'm like, why aren't you guys here? But even the youth, like when you're in your 20s, oh my God, I wish I would have come here in my 20s.
mm,
When you have nothing on your plate, your plate is
mhm,
clear. Come, you can do college after, you can do career after, and even as
mhm,
women in their midlife, like us,
mhm,
come. There's just no excuse. And there's so
mhm,
many ways to come, and on different financial levels. You can come budget, you can
mhm,
come mid, you can come luxury, you can come on so many levels. And I think that as more of us come, we heal the next generation. Even for
mm,
you to talk to your children about that, either ancestry and that history. I think about, like, for me, part of my purpose has been connected. There's all these other people who are now connected to my journey, you
right,
know? Like, you're now coming. I
right.
had 5 people come in May. I have more people coming now. Or even if you don't come, Tanzania's on the map. Like, my
Mhm.
friend I used to work with is living in Tanzania. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
in their mind when they think of full soul wellness, they're thinking Africa, the crazy
Right.
girl. I'm not crazy, but my friend, it's like she moved to Africa. So I just think that I want to be that bridge, and I want
Mhm,
to facilitate that in
mhm.
a way that I think that people need, and
Yeah,
that
and it looks like you're already doing that.
I am. Thank you. I am
Mhm.
doing that. I did that. I
Yeah,
did that
yeah.
before,
Yeah, you
and
did
you're
that.
coming, and
Mhm.
you're coming. You're part of
Yeah.
that. So
Yes.
who would have thought, coming here, that you can actually make an impact, and not beyond just YouTube? Because I know that I, over the last couple years, especially when I was doing it a lot, even people here, like, I would run into people who were like, "Oh my God, I seen your channel and you inspired me."
Mhm.
I think that's pretty cool, but I want more of us to experience that. Um,
Life.
I
Like
want more of us
really
to do that. And like like, now you're here, maybe you fall in love with the country and you have your own retreats or groups or this, that, and the
mhm,
third. I want to be, like I told you, we were talking personally. I know who I am, like my role in life. I'm a builder, I'm a
mhm,
igniter of
mhm.
people, like I
You
set
certainly are.
people off. I inspire people. So I
Yeah.
know that. So it's like, I know you and what your desires are, what your gifts are. So it's like, if this can now be an extension of what I've started,
Mm.
I'm doing the thing. I'm
Mhm.
doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So
I love that. And so talk about your own healing journey now. Um, yes, Cicely said, despite the challenges, you have succeeded, and that is accurate. Because as your friend, I know personally some of your challenges and obstacles. And like I've witnessed, we've had the deep conversations, we've cried together, all of that.
mhm.
And so tell us a little bit about how you found the courage to leave LA. First of all, sunny California, where the majority of people want to be, and then travel for your own wellness, seeking your own healing, and finding your way to Africa.
Are we on a podcast? These are good questions.
It seems like.
um, well, um, for one, I'm an LA girl, born and raised, but I've always been like, I'm trying to get up out of here. Like, when I was 22, I studied abroad in London, and then after
Mhm,
London, I moved to New York, and
mhm. Yeah.
yeah, I also think, I have personal reasons why LA is a hard place, and that has to do with just who my parents were, and just that deep feeling of loss, and like not having a home anymore, not really having that family foundation in LA, which was solid and depleted. So, but also just that natural desire to do what everybody else is not doing. I've always been like following the beat of my own drum. That's always who I've been. And I think that travel is something very special. And I feel fortunate enough that, I was able to travel since I was a young kid.
Mhm.
Um, but travel has been it's just so inspiring, like it's just like, I could not stay in LA. Like it wasn't even like courage. It would it would feel like more courage to stay in LA than to
Wow.
travel. It was like,
Mm.
ugh, it was just like I gotta get up out of here. But not like in it was more like I have to see what else is here. I'm on
Yeah.
earth for how many of these years? I need to see what else is here. And I think going to London at 22 and like my friends and I were traveling all throughout Europe and that was cool. I mean, it was cool. It wasn't like Africa. It wasn't like other places or like Mexico, but it was cool. It was cool. I liked it. I was living the London life.
Mhm.
But it's something that is just in my DNA. Like I can't
Mhm.
even escape from it. I think that if you find me living back in LA, then you need to ask me if I'm okay.
Mm.
um, but yeah, and it really, really set off. I think when I went to New York and I was working there as a stylist and just living my best life in New York, I met a group of friends that also wanted to travel and we were traveling together and it was such the norm and it wasn't like anything you had to like convince people or beg people. It was like, oh, let's go to Costa Rica. Okay, cool. Here's the money. Let's go. It was just part of, I just met more like-minded people. That it was just more normal to have a friend group that we traveled together. And this is like, when was I in New York? This is like 2010, like this is before social media, before more people, it became a norm for people
Right.
to be traveling and doing all those things. Um, and I remember 2015, one of my close friends was having a bachelor trip in Tulum. And I had a layover in Mexico City. And I had been to Mexico before, but never Mexico City. And when I tell you I fell in love, first of all, I love
Mm.
art. And I went to Frida Kahlo's
Mm.
home museum, Casa Blue.
Mhm.
Um, and I fell in love with the city. I was like, it felt like Europe. It felt like New York. It felt like Mexico. It was just like also a place. Mexico is a place that a lot of people have a lot of negative, you know,
Yes.
feelings
Mm.
about it. It was just,
Right.
honestly, I was choosing between Mexico and Tanzania when it came down to it. I chose Tanzania.
Mm.
I definitely plan on at least getting to the place where I can be 3 months in Mexico and
Mhm.
the rest of the time wherever else I decide to go.
Mhm.
But India, India was that catalyst. India was that push to know that I could do it on my own, that I
Mm.
didn't need anybody else. And you, like they say, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. If you can travel through India, you can travel through anywhere in the world.
Mhm.
India is one of the most chaotic, exciting,
Hmm.
diverse. I don't know. I've never been in a place like India. It was a movie. I was living in my own movie for the first time. Like
Mm.
I was doing whatever I wanted to do
Mm.
every single day, and the world opened up for me. It was like the world became my oyster, and I really, even on a spiritual level, really got to like know your steps are ordered from God. Like everything that happens for you happens to you is happening for you, and like you're always protected and guided. And I really saw how much I'm loved and protected by God. And that was that journey of like it was just like me and God on this wild ride throughout India.
Mm.
Um yeah, so after that I just felt this calling. I need to come home to the motherland, and that's what I did. And I started this channel, and I was just like I told you, your first video reminded me of my first video because I had just arrived and I was just very authentic. And people just started to like pick up on that, and they liked it. And they, I've had a lot of the same viewers that have seen me along, even though I have lots of years of gaps of not creating content. But I know I need to do a better job. Even the fact that I haven't fully promoted this retreat, I feel like I'm doing people a disservice because it's such a great experience that
Mm.
everybody who has come and are coming are so grateful for
Mhm.
this experience. So I hope that answered
Y-
your
Yeah,
question.
if you could describe your like
Consider doing more of
your
these. We will.
hmm?
We will be. We will. We'll do
Oh
one
yeah.
live when you get here, Azure. When
I
you get here.
know.
But yeah,
I can't wait.
Azure is my soul sister. We always have very deep
Mhm.
conversation. I'm such a deepy girl. Like I'm so deep, and I can't always be that with everybody. So it's nice to
Mm.
just talk to somebody that it just comes out so easily.
Mhm. I agree, Mayor. And not only that, but like hold you in a sacred space, like having someone who will hold you as you are without the criticism or the critique or the judgment. And that's what I experience with you. It's the creativity and the love and the light, and it's also the inspiration to do more, like to become more, to
Mhm,
see what's next.
mhm,
um so how would you explain, okay, if there was one word that you could use to describe
mhm.
your own personal healing from LA to Africa, what would that one word be?
Hmm. I don't know. I felt like, if I'm honest, I did feel like I was healing, and then things happened that put a kind of like a stop
Yeah.
to. I don't know if it's necessarily a stop. There's different levels to healing. So the
Mhm.
version of me when I moved here, I mean, I was 37 when I moved here. Um, I feel like I was such a baby, like even
Mhm.
though for some people 37 may be older, but I felt like I still feel like a baby. But I felt like such a baby. Um, and I was just I feel like I had the physical transformation of healing. And um I was able to attract love and just have desires that I never had before, like having a family and like children. Like I was just living my life. Meanwhile, you're raising 5 kids for the last 20 years. I,
Mhm.
I think that was something that my soul needed to experience.
Mhm.
But I don't know if I can put my healing journey into words. I do feel like for me, what's more important than healing is purpose, like really
Mm.
getting in the business of purpose. Because I feel like
Mm.
sometimes you can spend too much time healing. It's like,
Mm.
imagine if you get in a car accident or something happens to you physically, you need to go to the doctor, you need to be in the hospital. They're going to tell you you're going to stay for a day, 2 days, 2 weeks, 3 months, but
Mhm.
there's a timestamp, an
Yeah.
ending to that. And I think that healing becomes a comfort zone where we
Mm.
just stay in that healing and we don't actually heal. Because if
Mm.
you're still in the hospital, that means you're not healed. You know,
Mm. Mhm.
sometimes you may not be 100% healed, but you need to heal when you get back.
As you
So
go.
I think I've let go of, for me, healing.
Mm.
I've let go of like I need to heal and that I am healed. And it's more like I need to be doing and living and
Mm.
purpose. And I think I was just so caught up in my own personal stuff, my own personal loss that I lost that. And I also think that I've been able to find my creative groove. You know, I'm such a creative, and even, you know, creating this retreat is a form of my art, is a form of my creativity, even down to the website, you know, creating that. It's you're
Yeah.
curating. So curation is of art. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
not go on a million trips, million tours to Tanzania. There's so many options, but I know what I'm creating is unique and special and is designed for you, you know?
Mm.
And it's
Mm.
something that I wish I had. I honestly wish I would have came here first and had this experience versus the
Mm.
experience that I did have. Um, I don't know if I really took that time to like really rest. And I should have taken that time and like gone to Zanzibar and like luxuriated for, you know, a month or so. And then, okay, boom, you know, or maybe I would have gone on to a different country, but I think I kind of
Mm.
settled in and just got comfortable, this, that, and the third. So this is why um, I'm creating this experience for people who they may not even want to move, but you probably will feel differently after. But I'm not pushing moving. I've always
Right.
said that, you know, because I've seen so many people come here and they can't make it. They can't
Mm.
survive. They can't adapt. They
Mm.
don't have money. They don't have the faith, the trust. They don't have the je ne sais quoi to like stay here and make it.
Mm.
Um, and I think a lot of people, and I've talked about this so much on my channel, I think a lot of people have come here and been misled and like, oh, Tanzania is so cheap. But it's like, compared to what? What is the lifestyle that you're used to living? Can you come here and really live like a local?
Mm.
I 100% cannot. And I'm talking about people surviving off of 150,000 T shillings a month,
Ooh.
which is $60.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it's like people, or even like surviving, you know, people with budgets of like $400 a month. Talking about Americans, was that your budget back home? How can
Mm.
you expect that to be that here? It's not
Mm-hmm.
really possible unless you're living in the village, you know, unless you're that's the lifestyle that you want to live. So I think a lot of people get misled and they're like, oh, well, things are so inexpensive and this, that, and the third. But you wanna go out, you wanna eat, you wanna experience things. Things add up.
They do.
Yes, it's
No matter
much
where you are.
cheaper. It's much cheaper if your expenses are 5,000 in the States, you may be able to drop it to 2,000 here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's much cheaper, but 2,000 here is very expensive. The average person is not making 5 million T shillings a month.
Mm.
That's a lot of money here.
Mm.
So you have to be able to like know yourself before you
Right.
come. You have
Right.
to be able to
Right.
know your habits and like what you can deal with and what you cannot. And I think a lot of people have been misled by, oh, it's so affordable, it's so this, and then how you know people will get the big house and they'll spend all of their money,
Mm.
you know, within the first 6 months, and then have no money after
Mm.
that. Like,
So, what would you say? Because since we're having this conversation about finances, and excuse the very large helicopter outside my window, what would you say to people who have the limiting belief that they cannot afford to go and travel abroad or
to come on the
save the
retreat.
money in order to get on the plane to come to the retreat? What would you say to those people?
Those are my favorite people.
Mm.
Those are my favorite people because where there's a will, there's a way.
Mhm.
I've lived that 1,000 times over. Money is never an issue. It's only your mindset. It's like if you think, let's say you see my ticket to the retreats are not, they're not super expensive. They're not like 10,000, but they're mid, you know?
Mhm.
Um, but if you see that and you're like, you clinch, ooh, $5,000 or $4,000, however much money it is, you clinch, you know? That's an opportunity. One, if you have the desire, I want to come, but the money is the issue. Talk to me. Let's talk because I'm so good at like helping people know that money is there when you really desire
Mm.
it. It
It's so
shows
true.
up. Even for me, I think I've talked about this on the channel. Before I came here, I was saving up my coins to move here, and I had moved out of my place. I was like staying at a friend's place. I don't remember. I was like back and forth between Atlanta and LA. And I remember I got a P.O. box in Hollywood, and I go to the P.O. box. This is like July. And my first flight was in November, second flight was in December. I go to, mind you, my whole purpose that year was saving money to come here.
Right.
Whole purpose, working so hard, right? I don't know if I told you this, I go to the mailbox, I open up this letter. It was addressed to me with a check for almost $10,000 out of thin air.
Wow. Wow.
Literally, I had what had happened was I guess I signed up for I had was doing Uber, and I guess there was like some type of class. I don't remember signing up for whatever the money was,
Mhm.
but it was a check addressed to me, and it was like, if this is not confirmation, and I think I was in this weird space of like, sometimes when you tell people what you want to do, if they don't see that, they discourage
Yes.
you. Like, what are you gonna do
Yes.
in Africa? What are you gonna do for work? How are you gonna blah, blah, blah? Boom. This money just appears. It was like the universe is like, no, yes, you're meant to go, and here's the money for you to go.
Mhm.
Here's the money for you to go. And even this was like my second year here. I don't even know how they got access to this because the first one was a check, a physical old school
Mhm.
check. The
Mhm.
second one, it was like $4,000. I checked my PayPal account, disappeared.
Mm. Mm.
And I
Mm.
even think around that time I was running low on money and it just appeared. Yeah.
Wow, man.
It was the end of 2022. Actually, the money came in December, but I think I checked it in 2023,
That's
like January. And I think I've just had moments like that where it's like, no, you're meant to be here. You're meant to stay.
mm.
Like, even if you don't have the money that you think you need or whatever, I got you.
Yeah.
So my faith is so
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah. Mhm.
How can your faith not be that strong when
Mhm.
you? And then now that I think that I've been studying more manifestation, the law of attraction, the law of assumption, just all the laws of the universe, and know that, like, especially when you have any desire, you can manifest, you can change your life, you can change where you live, you can change your income. And it's so powerful when you like are in alignment and you are really like one with God and like really trusting. Like,
Mhm.
like you're like, I don't know where this money is gonna come from, but I know I'm going. I know I'm
Right.
coming.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
I'm coming. I'm coming. It's
Mhm.
up. I believe it.
Mhm.
And then you just detach.
Mm.
I wasn't I just remember I called my sister and I was like, oh my God. That was the first time anything like that had happened to me.
Mm. Mm-mm.
First time I was 37 or 36, maybe. I don't remember how old I was.
Mm.
First time that anything like that has ever happened. Money just appeared out of nowhere. Oh,
Wow.
look, she said this has happened to her. She said it has happened to me 10,000 and it ended up in my bank account.
Mm. Mm. Mm-mm.
Mine was unexpected monies too. See?
Wow. That means that mine is coming because
Mm-hmm.
I'm on this live.
That my life has been like that. I've always had what I wanted. That's not what I
Mm.
said. Always had what? Yeah, I think she meant what I
Mm-hmm.
wanted. Mhm. Now you're telling my story.
Wow.
It's
That's
true. It's true. It's real, but a
mm.
lot of people they can't
Mm.
comprehend that.
Right, right,
Especially
right,
if their life has been a certain way, they cannot comprehend it. She
right.
said it's you got a sister, Miss
Mm.
Cicely. She said she's speaking on your behalf as yours. She said it's coming, okay?
I receive it.
It's
Received.
but for those
Received.
people who
Mm.
feel like money is an obstacle, it's really not. It's really about trusting, believing, knowing. Where'd you go, Azure? Knowing for sure that it's possible, that it's coming. Yes, exactly. They can't comprehend it at all. They can't. It's just like it's mind blowing. Let's see what happened. I don't know where my friend went, but yeah, I don't really share that story too often, but I do when it comes to people feeling like they can't because it's possible. Now you even see we have someone on the live who has said the money has come to her. So it is 100% possible. Money is no obstacle. It's energy. It's literally just energy and believing that you can, whether, like I'm sure most people have had these moments where, like, when they absolutely needed something, like maybe a light bill was about to go out or rent wasn't there, and then boom, out of nowhere, it just come up. But it could happen over and over, constant, more constant, not like as a rare thing. Yes, in faith, having faith, believing that it's going to happen. Um, Excuse me. I need to charge my phone. But yeah, having faith and knowing and trusting God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, that you're provided for, that you are taken care of. And that's the thing about when you travel, you get to experience that you're taken care of, like you get to really, really see that 100%. So I'm gonna wait for Miss Azure to come back. I'm gonna put her channel unedited. That's my sister. Oh, here she is. I'm gonna put her channel in the description. Wait.
And it kicked me completely off. And
Oh,
I'm
okay. Yeah.
really enjoying what you were saying.
Actually, you text me your video. I'm gonna put the video. I'm just gonna copy and paste. Okay, here's the video. Let's see. Oops. Okay. Wait. Okay.
Well, this has been a joy. I have enjoyed speaking with you. And I guess it did turn into like a mini podcast, which, Mary, do you
Mhm.
remember when we talked about having a podcast?
Well, I've
Mhm.
had a podcast. I need to do it again though.
Yes.
Because
It's
I love talking.
I'm ready. I'm ready for a podcast. I think this is what you said, the universe saying it's time. And
Mhm.
so thank you for calling me on your live just so I could have this experience with you. And you're such a joy to just sit with, regardless of if we're on the phone. When we're in person, it's even better. And I'm looking
Mhm.
forward to that. That's what I'm looking forward to.
This is yours. This is the link to her page. Where's my phone charger? Um, but it's called. Let me write the name. It's called Unedited. Um,
Come in, you're going to see one of my kids. I don't know which one. Hi, babe. I'm
Who's that?
on a. This is Matthew.
Oh, let me see Matthew. Hi, Matthew.
He's half dressed. Just
Okay.
say hi.
Did you
Come
hear
this
your
way.
voice? Say hi.
He can't see. She can't see you. Come here. No, you're fine. I'm on a live with.
Hi, Matthew.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Excuse my
I can't
appearance.
take
I'm getting
it.
ready to go to
You're
a
so
pool day.
you're so big now.
He's about to be 20 on Tuesday.
I cannot. I cannot. Mm-mm.
He's about to be 20 on Tuesday, Mayor.
It's good to
Look
see
at
you.
you. You're so handsome. You literally look like your mom and your dad. Like
Wow.
just the perfect mix of both. Wow.
Thank
I
you.
take a screenshot. Oh, I can't.
Oh, I'm so proud. Oh, someone says that you look like your mom. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's good to see you. Okay, Mom.
Nice to see
I'll let you
you,
get
Matt.
back.
All right, babe.
I'm getting everybody up.
Okay, please
Oh
do.
my gosh, Matthew.
I think that's my my alarm clock letting me know that it's time for me to say farewell, but not
Okay.
forever. Just adieu. Thank you again for having me, Mayor. And Cicely, it's been a pleasure learning about you and all the places you've traveled. And I can't wait to see you in Zanzibar,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
live and in person.
Azure will be back. Definitely when you get here, we'll definitely come on a live. She was like, please do a regular team up podcast. We really should.
Okay. Cicely
Mm-hmm.
has spoken.
Mm-hmm.
Asante Sana.
Yes. So when she comes here in August, the end of August, because they're coming for a couple of days early, so she'll be at my place. So she'll be right here. And we'll do a live, or maybe we'll do it out somewhere. But we'll definitely do another live together. Maybe even one before you come.
Let's do it.
We'll do another one. These are fun, right? You
I
see how I
love
can
it.
speak for 3 hours. Normally, it's 3 hours
Wow. Wow.
on these lives. Yeah. I think, yeah, normally I have a lot more people tuning in, but like I said, this is my first time being back on the YouTubes since December, and I know I've been the flakiest, but
It's all right. Here we are.
yeah, so I love you, Azure, and thank you for coming on the Full Soul Wellness channel. And yeah, I'm happy that more people are gonna find you now.
Well, thank you for having me. And again, nice to meet you, Cicely. Love you, Mayor, and we'll talk again soon.
Okay, love you too.
Okay, I'm signing out.
Okay. All right, guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. I again am doing my retreat at the end of August, and then we'll be doing another one in April. I'll be having those dates exactly toward around August. Once I get all this retreat set up and up and going, I'll announce the one in Zanzibar for next year. But thank you guys for tuning in. I am definitely going to be back, and I appreciate you guys listening to my sister, my bestie, Azure. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. So peace and love. Nice seeing you, Cicely. Thank you for being a co-host also on this live. And I look forward to connecting with you guys. Yes, good. I look forward to connecting you guys either here or in person on the retreats. So take care. Peace and love.